the answers, I change the question.
Rep, screw, rep.
Yeah. Woo!
Who are you to doubt El Dandy? Because this guy's a serious professional.
Can he do it?
Too hot to handle and too cold to hold. And I am Macho King Savage.
That's a mouth your thong wearing fatty. I said WWE stands for. It's me, Austin. I will never retire.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hey, yo, Pro Wrestling Podcast listeners, welcome to the show where we don't sing it, we bring it. Help us out and click subscribe to show your support. Are you sick and tired of dropping $60 to $100 for the latest and greatest wrestling game? Stop immediately. Go to Wrestler Unstoppable, available exclusively through Facebook. app.wrestlerunstoppable.com is your place to go if you want to create a wrestler, sign contracts, get in the storyline, headline PLEs, even build your own corporation from the ground up, all included in Wrestler Unstoppable, available now to all Facebook users, totally free. If you want to become a member of the Pro Wrestling Podcast family and you want your name in the shoutouts like John in Texas and my newest Patreon edition, Emily, then you got to check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/ProWrestlingPodcast. Sign up today. Don't forget we have loyalty rewards. Any $15 a month contributor gets to host a show with me. $7.50 a month, I'll enter you into a drawing to also co-host a show with myself. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this episode of the Pro Wrestling Podcast. If you've got questions, comments, something you want us to touch on in the future episode, you got to let me know through the Pro Wrestling Sound Off line, 267-642-1160, where you can give us your questions, your comments, anything you want us to talk about. We will get to those in a future episode. First off, we're going to kick off the show with news that just drives me insane. It was reported last week that Alberto Del Rio, former WWE superstar, former WWE heavyweight champion, was arrested for another domestic dispute, a domestic issue. This one sounded very graphic, cleared impact on his fiance, and he has gone to court and all this stuff, and Crash Lucha Libre announced that he was being suspended and removed from their shows, and his brand new Lucha Libre company he was starting was like freezing and not doing anything. And it's only a week later, and now the word is that now that he has been so he was arrested on April 6th, and they had, there was reported domestic violence, there was some physical injuries to the arm and face of his they call it, in the one article I was on, they called it his wife. I don't know if it's his fiance or his wife, one or the other. Then he was charged by the state attorney general's office in that location, and then after that, with all of his legal entanglements being resolved, so to speak, what they've done now is that now that there is a preliminary hearings taking place, and he's out, he's released, he's allowed to be free while they're deciding what's going to happen with him. It's already taken that little amount of time for Crash Lucha Libre to soften their stance. He is already booked for a show on May 1st. His first appearance publicly since being arrested. He's going to be wrestling in Monterey. Then his other kid, the company he's starting up, they are going right back. His own promotion, LM52, has announced that it's going to reveal details about its reactivation on Tuesday. They're hoping that his arrest and legal situation is going to be addressed and taken care of. And their first show is announced for May 7th with tickets available for purchase, advertising him on the show. I almost think it's an indictment on our legal system that someone with this kind of a situation could that easily find their way back into the wrestling world. This is a guy who, if the things that are being said about him, let's be clear, innocent until proven guilty, but if this is true, what's going on, this isn't the first time. This is a repeat offender. The guy needs to do some serious jail time if this really did happen again. I don't care what the impetus of the situation was. So we're going to have to wait and see how this plays out. But for me, personally, were I a fan attending wrestling shows, booking him this soon after domestic violence this many times would be a deterrent for me wanting to see that show. From here on out, let's jump into SmackDown because some important things happened on SmackDown. First off, they kicked off the show with Randy Orton responding to Cody Rhodes, talking about how they took he was supposed to wrestle Drew McIntyre, and when Cody got his rematch and took the championship, it threw things off. And then it was the first time that he really phrased it like this. He said he talked basically about Cody gave him permission to be himself, and he was almost offended that Cody would give him permission to do anything. He felt that it was disrespectful. He kept referencing how Cody just takes and takes and takes, and a friendship's supposed to be give and take, and Cody doesn't give anything, he just takes. And I almost felt like it was a CM Punk promo where he should have been saying, tell me when I'm lying, or tell me when I'm telling the truth. A lot of what he said is very accurate, to be perfectly honest with you. And I could see why, if this was real life and not a storyline, professional wrestling show, I could see how somebody could see some of this going this way. So he is going to be himself. Pat McAfee, he says he wants him in his corner. He did kind of flirt with the idea that maybe Pat wasn't the person on the phone. I don't know why they threw that little tidbit in there this late into the process, but whatever, we'll see. But it was a good promo, and he promises to win number 15th World Championship. So we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. First match of the night, we get the MFTs versus the Wyatt Six, and if this feud doesn't end now, I give up. And I really don't know what you do. At this point, MFTs win the match. The cool part at the end of the match is where Tama Tonga is doing all the work, and he basically is set up for the win over Uncle Howdy, and Solo slides in the ring, hits the spike, and kind of steals the win, and you can just see the look on Tama Tonga's face. And perfectly honest with you, I've always thought Tama Tonga is an incredible performer, but they are really positioning him to possibly be a huge babyface, which I have no problem with. He would be a great upper mid-card babyface turn if they can make that happen. I don't know what you do with the rest of the MFTs. They're all talented, but he is especially talented in my opinion, and I would love to see him get a more sustained push, but it looks like it's obviously going to be he and Solo at some point. Now, what do you do with the Wyatt Six? Like, they basically, they lost their tag team championship to these guys. They lost the feud to these guys. Where do they go from here? Do they stay at the top of the card? Do they drop all the way to the bottom of the card? Do they split them up? Do they inject some new life with maybe Alexa Bliss joining the clique or something? I don't know. I don't love how they've been booked since they've been back, but I'm glad they are back because all of them are talented wrestlers. I'm just waiting to see what the heck happens. After that, they have a police car arrive. Jacob Fatu gets out, and he cuts just a scathing promo. That guy is super talented, and even though I'm sure some of it's scripted, he sounds like it's authentic, and I love that. And I love that the fans are so behind him. Really, really on their own, they've chosen to bring Jacob Fatu into their fandom, and they are being paid in spades. Jacob Fatu is a very special thing in the wrestling industry. Love seeing him get his flowers. We go to the tag team match, Damian Priest and R-Truth against Kofi Kingston and Grayson Waller for the tag team championship. And let's be honest, I don't expect to ever see these titles change hands the night before Mania unless there's, nothing substantial for them to do. I actually thought all these people were going to be in the Battle Royal later. But this tag team championship match, I guess R-Truth got confused when he was setting up their opponents. But they have the match. It's a solid match. There's nothing spectacular about it. At the end of the match, you end up getting, the typical thing where you get the double 5-knuckle shuffle. The Priest and Truth land the Shatter Machine on Waller, and they pick up the win. They retain their tag team championship. I would love to see those belts defended at Mania, but I don't think we're going to get that. Neither of the tag team championships being defended at Mania. That's insane if you ask me. We do get the in-ring segment, Jade Cargill, B-Fab, Michin, where they get interrupted by Rhea Ripley, and this is just more building of the storyline. I think everybody at this point just wants to see this match get over with, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't think they've done a very good job. The addition of the B-Fab and the Michin have not helped this at all. It makes it almost in a lot of ways less interesting, so we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. Tune in to check out my spoiler episode, or I shouldn't say spoilers, my prediction episode, if you want to see how that's going to go down. Then one of the shocks for me of the night, you get Tiffany Stratton versus Jordan Grace, number one contenders match for the Women's Championship, United States Championship. This should have been done 3 weeks ago, and Tiffany Stratton should be on the main WrestleMania card challenging for the United States Championship. Instead, I suspect we'll see this at a future SmackDown episode, not at WrestleMania where it belongs, which I think is a travesty. So we've got neither tag team championship, the United States Women's Championship not being defended. That's too much. The championship either mean something or they don't. If they mean something, they should be on the biggest card of the year. Add more matches to the card, or something. But this wasn't. This was just not a good sense for me. But I was thrilled that Stratton picks up the win. I think she is absolutely on the right trajectory right now. Putting her back in the World Championship picture right now would be a bad idea. She was there for a long, long time. Give somebody else an opportunity to run with it for a while. You could always run it back later. I think this was a good decision. Trick Williams comes out. We hear from him and Sami Zayn. It's amazing how quickly everybody's turned on Sami Zayn, who used to be everybody's favorite professional wrestler we were hoping was going to dethrone Roman Reigns a couple years ago. Now he's getting booed out of the building as U.S. champion because everybody wanted to see Carmelo keep his championship. And now that he hasn't, I believe that, like the rumors say, we're going to see the double switch at Mania. But in this situation, we get to see that there's like a gingerbread man out there. There's a haluva kick on the gingerbread man. Trick Williams lands a trick shot on Sami Zayn, stands tall over him, holds up the championship belt, and it is definitely a great way to heat things up right before their WrestleMania match. We get Bayley and Lyra Valkyria versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, but we don't actually really get that. As soon as they start fighting, here comes Lash Legend and Nia Jax to just cause the double disqualification. The match never gets going. We get all sorts of physicality from all the women participating. I did notice that we did not see the Bellas anywhere in this segment. So the word is that we have Paige coming back to replace Nikki Bella, but Nikki Bella insists that's not the case. I think they're going to make us wait till the last minute to find out what the truth is. But I'm actually hoping that Nikki Bella is back so that Paige can do other things at Mania. Again, tune into my prediction episodes if you want to see how I feel about that. And then we get to the real main event of the night, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. And I'm just going to go with this. Let's talk about who was in it in the order they were eliminated. Kit Wilson, I think, underappreciated, has things he could do in the mid-card that could be pretty powerful. Kit Wilson eliminated first. After that, Nathan Frazier and Chris Sabin. Solid wrestlers, always featured on SmackDown television. Love seeing them there. Both El Grande Americanos get knocked out next, followed by NXT standout Shiloh Hill, which if you never watched LFG, you would be a uber fan of Shiloh Hill, and he's been doing great stuff since getting to NXT as well, but I've been a fan since the minute I saw him on LFG. Shiloh Hill gets eliminated. Then after that, La Parka and Berto get eliminated. La Parka coming in from AAA. Love seeing some AAA influx, including Psycho Clown, Axiom, Alex Shelley, and Johnny Gargano all going out next. A sequence, a flurry of eliminations. After that, Apollo Crews gets knocked out. And then we get to an interesting situation where Joe Hendry gets eliminated by Aleister Black. What a great feud that would be. I hope we see that on the main roster. There is word that Joe Hendry may be in line for a main roster call-up post-WrestleMania. What a great way to start his tour of the main roster than with a feud with Aleister Black. Then we get Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde get eliminated next, followed by Rey Fenix and then Shinsuke Nakamura. We get down to where the numbers start to dwindle, and we get down to the next elimination would be Ilya Dragunov, eliminated by Aleister Black. Akira Tozawa somehow was still out there. He gets a black mass and gets eliminated. Johnny Gargano, who's been in very strange storylines lately, especially in the NXT world. He gets eliminated next, followed by Matt Cardona, and we are down to 4. Aleister Black, Otis, Talatanga, and Royce Keys. So we go from there. We get Aleister Black gets eliminated by Royce Keys. After that, we see Otis get eliminated by Talatanga, leaving Talatanga and Royce Keys in the ring. Now, I'll be honest with you. I actually would have preferred to see Talatanga win this because I think he needs to do something beyond just being like the muscle for all these other guys in the MFTs. But we didn't see that. This was the way they introduced Royce Keys to the world, basically. Royce Keys ends up winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal in grand fashion. And it was a phenomenal battle royal. It's really one of the better ones I've seen in recent years. And I'm thrilled to see Royce Keys get his flowers ahead of WrestleMania. Even though he's not going to be on the main card, it still almost feels that way. From there, we get Cody Rhodes and CM Punk offering each other advice, really perking each other up, supporting each other. This was a great way to see both of the champions in the ring together doing some really great things. I actually suspect that both of them will walk out without their championships at WrestleMania. That's what I've predicted in previous episodes. I don't know if I'm going to go with those predictions on my actual prediction episode. You'll have to tune in to find out because there's some new information about Roman's contract. There's some other conversations about what's going on with Pat McAfee that could change my opinion by the time I do the prediction episode, but you'll have to check those out. But for now, that's all the time we have for this episode. Check back with us next time where we'll run down the latest wrestling news and rumors. Special thanks, as always, to Suno for creating the music and sound effects we use in our show. Today's show sponsored in part by Beazle Games. Bring a new friend to family game night. It's easy with sketchy people. Showcase your artistic side in this game from Beazle Games by going to thegamecrafter.com and picking up your copy today. If you're looking for your next career move, you're considering college or university life, maybe you just need some formal training for your next career decision, go to our website at frolifeplanning.com for all your higher education needs, as Fro Life Educational Planning is for today, for tomorrow, and for life with Fro Life. I'm Fred Froelich, better known as Dr. Fro. I want to thank you for taking some time with us today. Till next time, take care, enjoy WrestleMania. We'll see you in the future.
Wrestling